what's up everybody? Remi Sovran here from remisovran.com. In today's video we're going to be talking about how much rest time is optimal in between unilateral sets or exercises. So when I refer to unilateral exercises, I'm referring to single leg movements, single arm movements, or whatever it is. And how much rest time should you have before performing that next side? So let's say you're doing your right side, like a right cable arm row. How much rest time should you have before performing the left side? Because when you consider it, when you do like your right side, you're going to be using muscles that when you go use your left side, you're still going to be using those same muscles that you use on the right. So a lot of stabilizer muscles, specifically within the core, will be a little bit fatigued and you won't have as much power or strength, and that could affect your performance when performing the left side. So now we have to take into consideration how long should you rest, because oftentimes people will jump right into their next set when they're doing unilateral movements. And when they do this, sometimes their performance on that second set will not be as optimal as it was in the first set, and their technique might be breaking down. You know, maybe a potential injury could arise over time. But one thing you can specifically see is maybe potential asymmetry if they were to continue doing this, and if they were to favor one side, and if they were to quickly jump into that next set. And so we know with asymmetry, problems can occur because we get this imbalance within development within our muscles and in our body, and this is how injuries occur. So when it comes to rest time between unilateral sets, movements, it really depends on the type of exercise and the type of task that you're performing to determine the amount of rest time that is needed. Some exercise you may only need 10 seconds of rest, and you might be completely fine to go perform the next set. And we have to consider some factors here. So first of all, how physiologically demanding is the task? What's the load of the task? Like personal experience, how do you feel after performing the set? Like, are you breathing heavily? Is it really demanding on your body? How do you feel? So those are a couple of factors that you need to take into consideration, because we'll take two examples here. First, we'll take a overhead press. So we have an individual doing a single arm overhead press, and they're doing heavy weight, and they're starting with the right side. So if they're doing really heavy weight, you're going to think that their stabilizer muscles are really kind of focusing on keeping their body balanced and maintaining good posture. So if those stabilizer muscles are being used, and if the individual maybe only takes like a 10-second break and then they jump into the left side, those stabilizer muscles are already a little bit fatigued, or they might be really fatigued, and therefore the performance is going to decrease on the left side, and this is how maybe they can get into bad form, bad technique, and an injury could potentially occur. Or they just won't have as much strength and they might perform less repetitions. And that's where they might get less power, and that's where we can kind of consider the physiology, like their ATP, creatine phosphate system. It might be already a little bit fatigued, so you have to take time to kind of build it back up. You need that proper rest time. So that's one thing to kind of consider with that exercise. Now the second exercise I want to consider is more of a dynamic movement, so a medicine ball throw or something. So when we take a medicine ball throw and you're doing your right arm, for instance, and you're trying to do maximal power, you might be doing a couple throws on the right side, and then if you go to the left side immediately right after that, you might not have as much power because you've already used a lot of your energy through throwing that medicine ball with your right arm, and so you won't have that same energy output to go perform on the left side. So that's just another thing to kind of consider, guys, and you might not, your performance could be affected, is what I'm trying to say here. And that's why you need to ensure that you have proper rest time between those unilateral sets. And so the rest time is going to be very variable depending on the demands of the task. So 10 seconds might be fine, or someone might need 2 minutes though. It really depends on the individual's fitness level. It depends on the demands of the task, the load that they're using, how demanding is it physiologically, and there's a lot of variables that you have to consider as a coach or whatnot when kind of developing maybe a program for an athlete or individual. However, if you're not a coach, if you're just an athlete or individual looking to kind of take away from this, just consider this, is that as the more demanding the task is, the more rest time that you're going to need. And the less demanding, the less rest time between these unilateral sets. So if you can kind of incorporate that and just go with how your body feels. So once you feel comfortable enough to jump into that next set, then you should jump into the next set. Whereas if you're not comfortable enough yet, you still feel tired, you're breathing heavily, then wait maybe another 20 to 30 seconds until you feel comfortable enough to do that, and you're comfortable enough doing it with optimal performance and proper technique. So that's it for today's video, guys. That's just kind of my tip that I want to provide with you guys, is just kind of identifying proper rest times in between unilateral movements, because a lot of times you see people will jump right into the next movement. If they perform the right side, they're jumping right into the left side, and performance is not as good per se as the right, and the technique's not as well. So guys, if you can kind of incorporate that, and you can kind of just introduce that, and take that concept into your mind, and identify if with athletes or whatnot, just the task and looking at what rest time do they need, because every individual athlete is different, and not one should have the same rest time as the other. Some might need more, some might need others, because everyone's just different in terms of their fitness level, genetics, and everything else. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions regarding this video, if you have any comments or anything, please leave them below, and I'll be happy to kind of respond to your questions or comments. And also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more fitness tips, fitness videos, anything related to strength and conditioning, guys. I'm always kind of posting new videos, always trying to provide new tips to everyone out there, anyone trying to get better or whatnot, or any athletes out there. Always posting new stuff. So if you want to see more stuff like this in this video, be sure to subscribe. Okay, guys, all the best, and take care.